you're observing us.
I've observed as keenly as I can. Violence is not my... Besides...
So...
Well deduced. Look at me.
What are you after? Revenge for Dottore? Or are you plotting something else?
I've said quite enough, I believe. There's no point in continuing this conversation, except to say, I've noticed that you seem to know your way around here quite well. A repeated visitor to Gurabad, are we?
Ugh.
I'll take that as a yes. Then I'm sure you'll have heard the story of this place. The mother of the Jinn, Lilupar, and the tragic tale of her vengeance that spanned 3 generations. It was right here that Lilupar once helped the wise to ascend to the throne. But from that moment on, every king who sat upon it was corrupted by power. These degenerate rulers lost control over their nation, and with it, the right to occupy that exalted seat.
What are you trying to say?
I once admired you for your adventures. That is the earnest truth. But it appears to me that your journey serves ultimately to uphold the rules of this world. Are these rules truly just? Does the heavenly principles rule with wisdom or folly? And how can we be sure that the 7 who wield authority over the world will not be corrupted?
Do you seriously think you're gonna convince us of anything?
Convince you? I'm sure my commander already tried that. Why would I waste my breath doing the same? If a few words from a stranger were enough to make someone completely change their stance, it would only prove that they never had a firm will to begin with. I am merely stating my position, so that we might understand each other better. As for what game I'm playing here, it was a wise decision not to attack me immediately.
Leave this to us, sir.
Very well. I trust you to do what is necessary. Stall her while I execute the next step of the plan. Sumeru City, Irminsul.
Hey! Stop right there! Don't you dare leave without explaining yourself!
All units, stop them! Protect the commander!
Did you hear that? He mentioned Sumeru City and Irminsul! He definitely knows something! We can't let him get away! Get rid of these sneaky soldiers, quick!
Wrath from the sky! Rear guard to the front! Don't let them through!
Get that thing in position!
Rise with the sun! Hold on! Just a little longer! Too long. Hear the echoes of the valley!
We finally beat them! That mysterious guy can't have gotten far! Let's catch up with him!
Full throttle!
Found him! Over here!
You're very persistent.
Hey, you! What's this?
Relax. A small trap like this won't be enough to hold you. The sandstorms from Gurabad will die down soon enough, but this small window of time was all we needed to launch the next phase of our plan. Don't be discouraged. I knew that someone would come here eventually, so I planned ahead. Where to chat with you, which door to exit from, even which mechanism to wait by for you. I thought through every detail. You, meanwhile, know nothing of who I am. So far, you've only heard my voice, and for all you know, it may not even be real. But not to worry. This is only our first meeting. It shan't be our last.
Just answer me one last question. Why do you continue to follow Dottore? He has conducted countless cruel experiments, even on his—
Follow isn't quite the right word. Let's just say even those you see as villains have their friends, even if they aren't the most sincere of friendships. When any set of rules is established, there will be those who benefit and those who lose out. People will do anything to justify what they have gained or escape from the hardship imposed upon them. Neither he nor I are tolerated by the rules of this world. We were both searching for a new order. Our ideas of the final form that should take may have differed, but our journeys took a shared path. Goodbye, Traveler and Paimon. I wish you a timely escape, albeit not too soon. I will need a little more time to prepare, after all.
Hey! Come back! Wait, this dark wall. We've seen these on our adventures before. It swallows people up! Oh, I'm sorry. She shouldn't have jumped the gun! Oh, okay. He may have fooled us this time, but we'll get it back!
Sino and his team are guarding the north. We'll...
There's so many Jin! We can't let them get into Aru Village! Don't fret. I am well prepared for this situation.
Huh. So you have a solution?
Perhaps you're unaware that I have a trusty genie partner of my own, Plumpy. If I send her to negotiate with the others, this whole thing will be resolved before you can say Mora. Off you go, Plumpy! Come on, what's the holdup? 5,000 Mora. 20,000 Mora. 100,000 Mora. Final offer.
Ah, so she's a hired partner.
Hired partners are reliable too. Plumpy here is a highly skilled negotiator. You'll see. Just a few words from her and... Plumpy! Don't you Jin have any respect for the rules? This was supposed to be a negotiation. You wanna play rough? You can play at that game.
Looks like it's up to us now. Be careful, Kale.
Yes, Master. How did I pass out? Never mind. Plumpy, it's time for revenge.
You know, this reminds me of when you first arrived in a video forest. You were trying to help a child retrieve a lost toy when you stumbled upon Spino Crocodile territory by mistake.
Yeah, I remember. Our first time doing this side by side.
Fighting side by side? I seem to recall swooping in to rescue you with a team of forest rangers.
Please stop.
flowers have bloomed yet.
Let's sweep the field!
Dust to dust.
I can't believe I used 12 rare items in one battle. Ugh. I shudder to think how this is going to affect this month's accounts. The sight of that glaring deficit might be more—
Tainari, how's the situation on your end?
We held the line, though it was
They've breached our defense.
We're hemmed in.
That's why we wanted to confirm your status. We need to consider our next move carefully.
Bad news. Another line of
Kale, go with them and assess the situation. Dor—
But Master—
This is not a discussion.
Wait, you can— great—
What is it, Kale?
Watch out! Cheated!
Here goes nothing! I am a spirit, created at the beginning.
I am a flickering illusion.
I am a flickering illusion. What's wrong, Plumpy? I've never seen you so agitated before.
But how do you...
Do you know what Kale is reciting?
I am the shimmering light that flows from the eyes.
I am the shimmering light that flows from the eyes of the Creator!
It's a song composed by the goddess of flowers, but very few records of it remain, even in historical texts. All we have is a few Is Kale an avid historian?
Not to my knowledge.
The Jinn have actually quieted down. Although... No.
Clearly...
Really? Let me try.
Glass.
I am... Stay away! I'll stop!
It seems like the song only works when...
Kale.
Yeah! Any luck?
When I heard that loud rumbling in the distance, I thought the shifting sands had bust open the gates to some ancient treasure vault. Turns out it was just you guys.
Huh? Wait! That sounds like...
It's been a long while. Did you miss me?
Jet! Ben!
Let's save the catching up for later. First, I gotta get you guys out of there. This should be the right mechanism. Ben, can you handle... There we go. Come on, let's leave this place.
Bring it!
Light it up! Try and stop me!
Huh! Those Fatui sure made them...
The Fatui?
Yep. No idea what they're planning this time.
How have you been, Jack?
Well, since we last... Oh, yeah! On a slightly I finally took care of Masaira. Not much to write home about. He tried to talk me into seeing his point of view, as usual. But I'm with... What about you guys?
Of course not! We're super duper big...
Wow. Sounds like...
Oh, right.
That bottle? Siri?
Yeah! Here's hoping we...
Try and stop me! Yeah.
Let's see. She should be around here some... Aha! Found her! Lilliput!
What a long... Oh,
And you're here too, little wildcat. The four of us back together again. After we last, it rekindled the flame of vengeance within the Jinn. I fought against. Once satisfied, why have you returned?
Well, we managed to check.
Thank you, Lulu Par. No need to thank me, my master. I have granted many wishes in my time, and this was the most trivial.
The sandstorm's gone. When I said that we'd meet again under a lovelier...
Yay! Although, honestly, Paimon would love to hang out with you more. Even if the... Well, there shouldn't be any more Jinn breaking out, right? Are we okay to head back?
Sounds good.
The storms have stopped! We should be able to get to the Temple of Silence without any problems now. Time to regroup!
So, this is the Temple of Silence.
I thought the temple moved to the rainforest ages ago.
I don't know. This even in King Deshret's day.
Well, unless you... The plan is sound. The scale of this project is in...
You're back. Everything all right? And...
Friends of yours? Hello.
Pleased to meet you. A friend of a...
Who's they?
Huh? Do people not say...
Not in the desert. Friends you can trust still.
The sandstorms have...
And after getting all...
Wow.
So...
Yeah?
Well deduced.
Are you wondering about his true identity? Or do you think...
I wouldn't go as far... The most important...
This is all getting a little cryptic for me. I'll let you go.
Jet?
Aren't you with the Blazing Beast?
We're mercs.
So, did you find the solution you were looking for?
You bet we did. This place is... So far, we've discussed a plan.
According to certain... If these sources... However...
Yeah, but the people of the rain...
Wait, is this the same Aru?
Well remembered. According to our records, Aru was the most brilliant. That being said, until recently, I wouldn't have been optimistic that the place...
Paimon totally get... Do you guys still remember that?
I think...
Yeah.
Not cry.
Huh?
Yeah.
Really? They...
Yes, really. One of them said she...
Looks like betting on...
See? There...
Nicole!
Why, hello! It's a good thing we left...
Locked out?
Oh, no one can... Actually, no. Ermin's soul... I imagine this... But currently, that does appear to be the case. Which is precisely why I am here. This is a critical moment.
I'm surprised you managed to convince her to come back to Sumer.
Indeed. Even for someone of my wisdom and eloquence, this...
And why should it concern me that Sumeru's in trouble? Surely you don't think I still have feelings for...
Judging by your tone, I suppose you don't.
Sounds like you don't know much about my past. And here I thought you knew everything.
All I know is that as for your past, I have ways to learn the full story if I wish.
I'm glad you see it that way. I've chosen to call Nodcry home, which is why I did my part in its hour of need. That doesn't mean world savings become a habit.
I understand. Human emotions do not appear and disappear without cause. Still, if time has taught me anything, it's that human emotions are often complex and in conflict. That's where we angels come in. Our duty, ultimately, is to guide people toward... So I wish to hear about your past, because I do not believe you are motivated by hatred alone. And if we still arrive at different conclusions...
I refuse.
Wait, what? But I set the atmosphere and everything. Isn't this supposed to be the moment when we finally open up to one?
Is it? Maybe I'm not so good at reading the atmosphere. You're right, Nicole. There's more to me than just hatred. Had it consumed me, I'd be left stuck in the past forever, never living in the present. But I don't think that...
Do you wish to shake them off?
No. I hope to remember them forever.
In that case, would you like to hear my perspective, at least?
Sure. It's not every day you get to hear an angel's opinion.
A long, long time ago, monotonous work, human emotions are often attached to... If Sumeru were destroyed, both rainforest and desert would be no more. With the object of your hatred wiped from existence, it would not take long for the memories buried deep in your heart to slowly fade. Both love and hate.
Most sophisticated, Miss Nicole. But anyone focused on the future could only ever applaud. Still, I'm a special case. Someone once told me that human memory is more selective than a Mora-hungry merchant choosing. As much as I dislike Sumeru, this is no way for it to perish. All right, you win. I'll help you out a little, but I won't work for free.
How much will you need? You're not gonna milk this for all it's worth, are you?
What do you think?
I'll be upfront with you. I don't have much more on me. If that's what you need, I could borrow some from Alice. Or perhaps I could pay in sculptures. The ones I carve are actually worth quite a lot.
Just cover my travel expenses.
Huh? Is that all?
That's all. Given all the people I owe favors to, I can just about justify a trip to Sumeru. Yehoda!
Here, boss! What do you need?
I'm going back to Sumeru for a while. While I'm away, you'll be in charge of the curatorium.
Me? I'm in charge? Whoa! Don't worry, boss! And that was how the ingenious Angel Nicole brought you the perfect person for the job.
That was far more detailed than necessary. I never thought I'd return. Especially not the desert. But life doesn't always go as planned, I suppose. What's Candace up to? I don't think I've seen her yet.
She is still taking care of things in our village. Should be joining us before too long. Oh, and sorry. Hope we're not interrupting anything.
We're planning to go to the mausoleum of King Deshret to...
According to records in the Temple of Silence, the mausoleum houses something called...
We still have some time before we leave.
By the way, who are these two new faces?
Just call me Nefer. I'm based in Nodcry. Did I hear you mention Aru?
Correct.
Well, I happen to have a connection with one of the 3 retainers imprisoned inside, the Ibis King. I'm here to get things done, so if you don't mind, I think I should come with you.
That sounds perfect.
Miss Nefer, are you from the desert by any chance?
Why do you ask?
I don't know. There's a familiar air about you. Plus, you mentioned Candace. Sorry, I don't mean to pry. It was just a random thought. I'm Dia, an eremite mercenary. My work usually keeps me out in the desert.
I'm on good terms with Dory, and she's mentioned you all before. It's nice to finally put faces to the name. However, my associate here is probably less well acquainted with you. Why don't you all introduce yourselves?
Actually, I'm a little better acquainted than you might think.
Huh. Are my eyes playing tricks on me? It looked like you spoke without moving your...
Ventriloquism. I have heard tell of it before.
What is it, Kale?
It's you! You're the voice who's been speaking in my head. You encouraged me to report my dreams to the Dendro Archon, and got me to recite that magic prayer. I have many titles, but let's go with the most pertinent one. I am Nicole Rain, an angel who has lived since...
An angel? Sounds like a big deal, but, what exactly is an angel?
Well, we're a rather long-living race of beings. Yep, and she's also an amazing sculptor. You could say she's a real creative type.
Well, ma'am, if both the Traveler and Paimon give you rave reviews, you must be pretty impressive.
Oh, please don't call me ma'am. I find it so awkward when people get too formal with me. Just relax and be yourselves. No need... Miss Nicole? If it's okay, could I ask... Yes, you may. I can see your heart is filled with confusion, and you are desperate for it. I also know which questions you want to ask me. Why did you dream of Sumeru City in disarray? Why did those verses soothe the Jinn only when recited by you? I can guide you to the truth, but it involves a personal secret of yours. I'd prefer to speak with you alone. I thought we were going to speak alone. This is a lot more people...
What's wrong with it? Even the doctors at Dar al-Shifa allow patients to be accompanied by family members.
Well, if Kale doesn't mind her secret being revealed, I have... Thanks for being so considerate, Miss Nicole. I don't know what secret you mean, but whatever it is, there's no need for...
Closest friends! It's so nice to hear that.
All right. In that, Kale, are you aware that there are god remains inside your body? I am. When I was young, I got sick with Elazar. The Fatui convinced my mom and dad that they could help. And I was sent... There were a lot of other kids just like me there. This creepy guy injected us with some strange medicine, which I heard... I can still remember the pain like it was yesterday. But thanks to the friends who've stuck by me all this time, I've gradually been able to Anyway... So, you're saying that what... Yes. Those were the remains of Nabu Malikata, the goddess of flowers.
What?
Fascinating.
You don't seem surprised like the rest of us.
The possibility crossed my mind when Kale recited the Goddess of Flowers song and calmed the Jinn.
You made Paimon jump! What are you doing here, Lilupar? I was merely passing through when I heard the name of the Goddess of Flowers. Be assured that I share your surprise. You, with the hat. Are you certain? I sense no trace of the Lord of Flowers within her. Well, it is a very small fragment. Unless special methods are used to manifest its power, even her closest acquaintances would find it near impossible to detect. After the goddess passed away, her remains were scattered across the desert. King Deshret gathered all the pieces he could find and buried them in the Eternal Oasis. But some fragments remained unaccounted for. Eventually, the Fatui must have found a way to track some of them down. Presumably for use in some... You're more shaken than I thought. In one sense, you've been extraordinarily lucky. So many people who yearn for this kind of power never attain it, yet you have coexisted with her all this time without even realizing it.
I don't know what to say. I'm glad that I could help everyone with this power, really. But knowing that a fragment of the Goddess of Flowers...
Well, people value their autonomy very highly. Even a well-intentioned intruder can shake one's sense of self.
I understand how you feel, Kale. But once you get used to it, you'll find it's nothing to be concerned.
Huh. I guess you, of all people, have a good reason to speak on this.
2 good reasons, in fact. Incidentally, 3 is the maximum number of Hermanubis's Ba fragments that I could bear.
Let me guess. Because 2's company, but 3's a crowd?
Thanks for helping to explain the joke, Tainari.
Not my intention.
Goddess preserve me. I should take my leave. This boy in his wolf's head hat speaks much too differently from the Hermanubis I remember.
Kale, all I'm trying to say is, no matter how many Hermanubis fragments there are within me, you wouldn't think of me as Hermanubis. In the same way, you are...
Yeah, I know what you mean. So about that dream I had, was it a warning from the Goddess of...
Yes. Just like me, she was an angel created by the primordial humans, born with the instinct to guide living beings. Though her body and soul have perished, her essence retains its natural instincts. Even her, the mother of dreams, lord of flowers and oases, she must have had a premonition. That...
We won't let her efforts, but I still don't understand. Why me?
Yes. Why indeed? You weren't the only one injected with God remains, but only in you have her fragments persisted. I suspect it may be because of the firm will you showed in the face of suffering. She was likely assimilated by that will. Of course, this doesn't mean you have to shoulder any extra responsibility. As this young man said, you are who you are, and that will not change. All right. Any further questions from the family members of the patient? If not, we should head...
Let's move out. Time to...
We all hope it'll work. But will we really be able to open Aru? And even if all 7 pillars of King Deshret agree to let us proceed, the scale of the work to follow is daunting, to say the least.
Haven't you handled other big projects before?
I mean, the biggest project I've worked on to date is probably the Palace of Alcazarzaray, I guess? But this is orders of magnitude beyond that. It's a total nightmare.
Look on the bright side. At least this time you're actually here when Sumeru needs you most. You won't have to come asking me for details after the fact.
Mock me all you want. But now that I'm here, things will be resolved far more quickly and smoothly.
Kave's self-doubt disappeared in an instant.
Well, this...
Try and stop me!
I hope everyone's ready. We'll be arriving at our destination very shortly.
we've not seen so many visitors ever, really. What is this place now? Ah!
You surmised correctly.
Ho, enormous, you say? How large, then? Larger than the gaping void in our lives? Why, you've even put a smile on Goatee and Crocco's faces. All this I know that laugh. Lilipar? What on...
Oh, this is hilarious. Turns out good things really do come to those who wait. As long as you stay alive long enough. When did you three get locked up in here? And still you act all high and mighty, putting on a show for the younglings.
Why, you... Yes, I know. No need to shout. You're right, Lilipar. Goatee, Crocco, and I all have the same problem. But didn't King Deshret seal you away? How did you break free, and how did you get in here?
Who knows? Perhaps you can ask my master one day, should you ever get the chance. Behold, the executioners of old. Some have turned into fragments residing in human bodies, and others are imprisoned eternally, leaving not a single shard behind. It's almost tragic, watching lowly prisoners like you act all self-important.
I'm starting to take a liking.
Time is of the essence. We come to you, O three ancient lords, to request your assistance on behalf of the Academy. As for precisely what we need your help with, it's a...
All right, but do you really have a way to answer them? You once, unless with...
You could say so. When you first asked me what determines truth and falsehood, my answer was a liar's soul. Liars are the
I think that makes sense.
I found it quite...
Well...
Can you guess which answer Allah...
Time. And that's not only the answer to the final question. All things wax and wane with the passage of time. Love and hate eventually faded. Current affairs are always fraught with conflict and controversy. You once described King Deshret as a...
time. Indeed. Perhaps... This is the most eventful day I have experienced in a long, long time. You have my sins.
Are those 3 of the 7 pillars?
Turns out the statues were quite faithful to the source.
You three seem to be in good spirits.
Prison can help a person grow and learn to cherish what they have. Nevertheless, after everything you've done for me, I sincerely hope you never have to experience it for yourself. Hello, Nefer.
It's good to see you, Thoth, the Ibis King.
Nice. Definitely puts my mind at ease, seeing you two getting along so well.
Should we maybe introduce ourselves?
Sure. I'm Sethos, the current leader of the Temple of Silence. This is General Mahamatra Sino, and this is the former Spantamat sage, Cyrus. But I'm guessing none of that means a whole lot to you.
Everything is equally new to us, in truth. We've been gone from this mortal world for longer than you can imagine.
Let's hold off on the introductions for now. We can always ask Nefer about you later. It'll give me something to talk about with my chosen disciple.
You're like a helpless parent. Gods and people of yore are not necessarily welcome in today's world. Self-awareness is one of my finest qualities. I thought I ought to share its fruits with you two.
Is that so? Well, I think we'll take it in stride, just as we did with the 3 questions.
Fair point.
And I must praise you. Why, your tremendous accomplishments deserve a reward, do they?
General Mahamatra, what do you think?
I won't beat around the bush. Sumeru is facing a crisis the likes of which have never been seen before. And we need your help.
Every calamity throughout the ages has been connected to us in one way or another. Whether we were its cause or
Whatever is wrong with Irminsul, It severely affects...
The Dendro Dragon?
Not a pet.
Oh, I shudder to think...
You can help us make history, too.
A smooth soccer. Well said, lad.
Currently, no one...
unfortunately, besides, I hear...
The archaeological record...
This is by no means a threat. You asked us to state our wish.
What do we think, my fellow old fogies?
Since you ask so...
Naturally what? Are you for or against?
I simply mean we shall do what comes naturally. You claim that you wish to open Aru. Know you then that the golden slumber created by King Deshret is preserved within?
We do. We understand the risks involved.
In all likelihood, the mortal world will never again be able to replicate King Deshret's work. Never will there be another chance to come so close to creating a utopia. No.
We are sure. Before people can dream, they must first live.
If your minds are made up, very well. We shall summon our erstwhile colleagues to discuss this further. Saint Chesepank, Saint Bennu.
Saint Bennu, responding to your call. 3 kings detected.
Saint Shezbank.
Lord...
Then your trust in my well-being has long outlived your...
Al-Akmar is long...
You're awake?
Aru is the...
Sumeru is currently in the midst of a major calamity. Let us not forget that while Allah, a god with...
I do not mean to...
This will no doubt surprise...
Huh? Can someone attest...
I ask the 3 kings. Can any of you...
Naturally, the...
What?
It was Thoth's disciples who revealed the truth to us. We need not debate its
veracity.
I awakened our former colleagues.
I missed...
What are you trying to say? Is my...
Hypocrite though you are...
Since King Deshret is no more, we shall receive no reprimand for acting beyond our remit. Nevertheless, I sincerely remember the moment that Aru is liberated, the myriad to take this step.
We understand that well.
King Deshret's creation.
Hermanubis is represented by the grace of his...
What's this? Are we under attack? No. Wait, it...
Here you are. Through the sands of time. I see you.
Father. Father...
It's Jet's father, Jibril! That's right! He entered the golden slumber, didn't he?
I smell blood and sand on you. You've grown. Strong as a wild beast.
You have to leave, don't you? Please, just answer me this. What?
This meeting is a blessing from the gods. My soul, once imprisoned along with that of Semail, is finally free. I am truly grateful for the chance to see you again. That the dead should meet the living is itself a miracle. One brief, precious moment is enough. Enough to set my heart at ease. Do not weep for me, Jet. I know you will accomplish many great things in your life. You will go further and climb higher than I ever did. All I ask is that you take good care.
Father! Father! Father.
Hey, Jet. Do you want something to eat? Maybe it'll help you feel better.
I'm fine. Thanks, Paimon. It was just a little sudden. He was trapped in the golden slumber for our sake. And now, after all this time, he can...
You've grown strong, Jet. More than enough to fend for yourself.
Yeah. I'll leave the past in my memory. Goodbye, Father.
Ah, me, what a touching reunion.
We three retainers, once, although Aru was...
As for your proposed...
It matters not. The Ibis King shall be accountable if any problems arise. Ibis, you chose to take...
If I'd known you'd be like...
All of us?
Vilify me no further. Using Aru's unseen and...
Amazing.
With technology from the heavens, the possibilities are endless. Just because King Deshret did not use it for this purpose, does not mean that it cannot be done. So, marvel away. This is the reward you have...
All right. Well, that resolves the issue of confidentiality. What about the technical side? Do we have the manpower?
Why, yes. I've already contacted them. They'll be here soon.
You must be the ones tasked by the
That's right. Good afternoon. I'm Kaveh, and these two are Termezi and Naisaburi. Hey, I'll hate them. Come and introduce yourself.
We've met before. This is Thoth, the Ibis King, and everyone knows these two. Afternoon, gentlemen.
I've only ever seen these two in murals.
Ah, the paintings in the temple. They show us chatting, playing cards, playing chess. Precisely the activities we most enjoy, Funnel.
No, only you enjoy playing chess. We were just humoring you.
I wouldn't go that far.
Back to the matter at hand. A preliminary assessment by the academia indicates that this project requires expertise in various disciplines, including the deciphering of ancient texts, mechanical engineering, the restoration of ancient ruins, and elemental theory. The most capable minds in
the artisans who built...
I didn't know that.
Such
No, that's not what he meant. Please, don't mind him. He shares your sentiments, just not your, penchant for hyperbole. Assuming that's what you were going for?
I just think it's important to manage expectations.
Forgive my lack of courtesy, but we simply can't sacrifice our lives to the gods on completion of the project like people in the legends of old. Here's a first draft of the project proposal for your perusal. Please let us know if you have any requests. Normally, I'd have made it look a lot more visually appealing, but we were really pressed for time on this occasion. I hope you'll forgive me if it's a little rough around the...
Naturally.
If my fellow ministers deem this meager display of respect...
Why are you so preoccupied with the ostentatious displays of respect to Al-Ahmar? We should be trying to make things easy for them. You never know. We might have to rely on these young people to look after us in our own...
Exactly.
This is Aru's mainframe. Be reminded to use it with great caution.
We certainly will. Thank you for your assistance.
You may attempt to lay out punishment should you so desire, though I'm afraid it would be futile. You and I both know that certain components of Aru can only be operated...
King Deshret always believed in humanity. Still, the reason that Aru's modules are designed that way is not so much because he trusted them, but more because he was wary of...
Is that true? No wonder human artisans helped to build Aru then. He actually required human assistance to create his greatest work.
Naturally.
Have you noticed that the Goat King keeps giving superficial responses? It's like he's just going through the motions and leaving the real debate to his...
He understands the art of perfunctory speech. That's what earned him his position as the Minister of Ministers.
Excuse me for being blunt, but it sounds suspiciously like you're putting yourself on a pedestal and mocking me.
You're mistaken. And while there's nothing strictly wrong with making every conversation about yourself, it's not exactly a positive tendency either.
You? Whatever. I knew it'd be like this working with you. All right, let me past. I need to look at this console.
It's your job to activate it, after all. Let's begin. Everyone, please proceed with the external checks and preparations as per the procedures outlined in the engineering plan.
Hello there, youngsters.
Whoa, the Ibis King...
What do you mean, came to life? I've been alive the whole time!
You did say we could start our research, right? Are you having second thoughts now?
I've reviewed the proposal. The work you're planning to carry out on this grand device is ambitious in its scope. You have ample confidence in your ability.
I wouldn't say I'm feeling hugely confident, but given how bad things are, I'd rather at least try something than sit around.
You are the top scholars of your day. I trust you are aware that there are countless links between Aru and the Akasha?
Aru and the Akasha? I thought the Akasha was the Academia's greatest technological accomplishment, created years ago by the Dendro Archon to help her people access knowledge.
And you too? Do you not know either?
You've read the instruction manual, right? You tell them.
An instruction manual? The Akasha has an instruction manual? The Dendro Archon is a kind and thoughtful god indeed.
It used to sit on a shelf in the corner at the House of Dana. Not the most popular read. If the manual is to be believed, Aru was in fact the original inspiration for the Akasha system.
What? But there are so few records about Aru anywhere. And practically none of these scientific expeditions into the desert had anything to do with it.
Ah, but this is something you could not possibly have known. You may have heard many stories about the desert, but what is the most important aspect of history? Consider this a quiz. Anyone from Vahumana present?
I'm from Vahumana. It's, well, veracity.
Precisely. And a large part of veracity is the chronological order in which events occur. I may as well tell you. In the beginning, Nabu Malikata, the goddess of flowers, descended upon Sumeru. The glory of the heaven was within her. She brought life, oases. Then she created the Jinn, enlightened them, and ordered them to serve her. Two other gods also walked upon this land where wisdom flowed in abundance. And the three met beneath the great. It was the first and greatest alliance. We should speak with reverence of this covenant between the three, which transcended both time and life. For they promised that in Sumeru, wisdom would be shared with all. All the great changes in Sumeru's history began with the goddess of flowers. For King Deshret's sake, she pried into the secrets of Celestia, and for this was burned to ashes by the So grieved was King Deshret by her passing, that he lost all interest in state affairs, and devoted himself instead to the knowledge that she... And so, the Akasha was inspired by Aru, while the basis for Aru itself came from Celestia's technology.
Well, if the two share a common technological origin...
Unbelievable. Have you no reverence at all for celestial technology?
No, I do, but there's no time for that. The schedule is too tight. Blame it on the deadline.
Perhaps you could try coming up with our cutoff dates.
You know what it's like having to turn around 5 different drafts in one day? I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
Yeah, also, Sir Ibis King, you don't plan on getting directly involved at all, do you?
Yes, well, you strike us more as having come to give a popular science lecture. Or, wait, does this count as more of a first-hand witness statement?
Neither. Anyway, this sounds like far too much.
Still, if Aru is so powerful, why didn't King Deshret use it for more ambitious ends?
Because it was never fully completed. King Deshret had grand plans, but he perished before they could come to fruition. In the beginning, his wish was to create something that could rival the very world itself. The Lord of Flowers sacrificed everything for that, and what he desired, she bestowed. And thus was knowledge brought into the world. Her courage and sacrifice had to be honored with the most splendid of monuments, or King Deshret would surely have deemed it a grave injustice. And that monument, built from knowledge and technology, etched with a sacrifice. At that time, King Deshret said the following to the Lord of Dendro. Since we share an eternal covenant, I shall never be your enemy. Hence, the fruit of wisdom from the heavens is not to be devoured. Remember, it is not that I lack the power to become the enemy of wisdom. Yet you and she have taught me much and shown me kindness. For this, in the end, Aru was only used to store a portion of the souls. It was but a primitive form of the masterwork the king had envisaged. His final hope for Aru was to return to the past, when she yet lived.
So the point you're making is, King Deshret was both powerful and ambitious, and he only ceased his imperious ways out of affection for the Goddess of Flowers and the Dendro Archon. You could see this as an act of mercy, but you could also see it as the sentiments that lay between these three gods placing constraints on him. This was, after all, the foundation of the alliance between them.
This explains why Aru was both a prison and a monument, and why the answer to the three questions was time.
You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all manner of misfortune. This is as true for gods as it is for humans. Love is the same. It is both a prison and a monument. All right, let us pause the story here for now. Seeing as you've been so diligent, I'll offer a little help. Who's in charge again? Is it you two?
Ah, yes, me and him.
Now then, close your eyes. Wisdom hides in the space between the tangible and the intangible. It is to convey the incommunicable through the simple. By the power of King Deshret, I shall grant you a glimpse into the unseen secrets that lie at the threshold of...
Where did this come from? Is it a new mechanism?
It looks more like some form of externalized information. You've rendered it visible?
Just as the Akasha allows you to access, this is no ordinary mechanism. It reflects the internals, whether you choose to increase or decrease, keep or discard. Come.
Looks mechanical to me. Better let me handle it, just in case. But wait, how do I get up there?
Turn around.
So that's where the elevator is! Scanning. Come at me. Obelisks were used to record important information in the ancient desert civilization. Hey, Alhaitham, there's some writing here I'll need you to decipher. I've sent it to your screen. Do you see it?
Got it. It's a little blurry, but I should manage.
Take a look and tell me what it says. Oh, and I'll send any other similar text directly to you from now on.
Let's start with this one. It's a variant of an older script. Herein lie verses written for the Yellow Sands. Looks like cultural information from the age of King Deshret.
If so, I suggest you delete it.
Words thrown together merely for fun. I had no idea Aru...
Well, as long as you're certain that this is strictly private information, that's fine.
It is unimportant.
All right, well, I guess I'll start now. Found some more. Sending them over to you now.
These are all reports about the Gurubad conflict.
Can we delete them?
I'd say so. Most of this information has already been archived anyway.
What if there are details in there that Vahumana missed? What are we supposed to do if they come after us in the future?
They'll just have to live with it. If we don't resolve these issues now, there won't even be an academia in the future, let alone a Vahumana Darshan.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, done. There's some other similar monuments nearby. I'll check them out. Scanning. Two. Another monument.
Hold on.
You're still reading it? How long is it?
It records the development and governance of the Oasis civilization. Most of it concerns the Jinn, but it also contains records left by the artisans who built Aru.
Is it important?
Some of it. There was no way for me to read the whole thing in its entirety, so I had to rely on my intuition to pick the parts worth keeping.
What about the artisans' records? What do they mention?
They're speculations, mostly. For instance, they were wondering how to protect themselves if King Deshret decided to silence them after the construction of Aru was complete.
Sounds like pure mythology to me. Surely that kind of thing didn't really happen.
The records do emphasize that this was merely their conjecture based on various myths. Still, the artisans did leave details of their plans to survive, including blueprints for their escape route.
Even that got recorded? Okay, well, I'll make a copy of this first before I delete it.
Is that truly necessary? You won't be needing those.
No, the blueprints are important. I want to keep them as a memento. I think that should just about...
It meets the requirements of the contingency plans, so we should be good.
I gotta say, it's the strangest feeling. This cross between reality and the intangible. It's like drifting between life and death. Or in and out of a dream. Using my own hands to manipulate illusions that are for...
Chasing dreams in the most literal sense. Definitely a...
What happens if my spirit just...
That won't happen. Anyway.
All right. I'd better keep...
Traveler from afar, do you worry for the fate of Sumeru as well?
Whoa! It's Sobek the Crocodile King!
Greetings, Crocodile.
Please be at ease. I'm just here to chat with you about Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Sounds like you really care about her.
Yes, although to be exact, it is a mixture of both
Speaking of Nahida, Paimon was wondering how she's doing.
Wait a moment.
What is it?
I tried calling out to a pep, but there was no response. This can only mean that she is focusing all her energy on taking care of Lesser Lord Kusanali.
All the gods who served King Deshret seemed super surprised to hear that a pep agreed to help Nahida. Guessing she made a bad impression on you or something.
Are you aware of the history between her and our king? The story begins a long time ago. Al-Ahmar was always a wishful thinker where the Dendro dragon was concerned. Without consulting her, he decided to list her among the 7 pillars and declared his own power to be far superior to hers. That was when our king was at the height of his power. Ibis Goti and I were no match for him. And so we chose to submit and serve as his ministers. But not a pep. No, she never thought much of him. To a pep, Al-Ahmar's pride and sense of superiority were nothing but ignorance and hubris. In fact, they fought numerous times, but usually the battle ended in a draw. In the end, King Deshret coveted the power of Celestia, only to end up corrupted by... His final act was to trick the dragon into swallowing him whole, leaving her to bear the torment of his sins. The Dendro dragon stands for the glory of a bygone era. She hated Al-Ahmar and what he represented. All the gods, all the power they wielded. And so, her willingness to help the Dendro Archon through this crisis comes as a great surprise indeed. It makes one wonder whether, perhaps, the Dendro Archon assisted.
Yep, Nahida did her a huge favor.
So Lesser Lord Kusanali put an end to the Dendro Dragon's many long years of torment. As much as she loathes the 7, a pep knows kindness when she sees it. No wonder she was willing to make an
Yeah, that's the sense we got from dealing with her too.
She is not incapable of coexisting with other living things. Rather, she actively chooses to avoid coexistence. And this, despite the fact that she symbolizes life itself. All of this being said, I wouldn't expect too much from her if I were you. Nothing will change her hatred towards humanity and gods.
We'll keep that in mind. Anyway, How much longer do you think Nahida needs to stay with the Pep? For all we know, the Fatui might still be in the desert. Just to be on the safe side, why don't we grab anyone who isn't busy right now and go look for her?
I'm alright, Paimon.
Huh? Was that Nahida's voice?
It seems the treatment was effective.
Since when do my deeds require your evaluation?
Here will do just fine.
I had no intention of taking you any further. One ought not expect greater generosity than they have earned.
You always hide your kindness away like an oasis within a sandstorm. Only those who make it through the swirling winds can know just how beautiful that oasis is, and how much hope it brings.
You dare appraise my being?
No, I'm expressing my gratitude. I want to thank you for sharing your precious life force with me.
Awake already? You are more resilient than I thought.
Pep, I feel much—
Gods and their gratitude mean little to me. I would rather you give me your assurance that the situation with Irminsul and Sumeru's ley lines will be competently managed. If I suffer any ill effects from the ley lines, you, as the god of this land, will be held responsible. And you would not enjoy being held to account by—
I understand what you require, but I would assume this task even if you did not demand it. Sumeru is my responsibility. I must resume the—
A farcical notion. God of Sumeru, I hope you realize how unextraordinary your strength is.
And yet, maybe it is precisely what defines me. A god of wisdom is not meant to rule by force.
Then hold steady. We go forth.
Well, I'll be. Is that a Pep? Do my eyes deceive me? Of all places, the Dendro Dragon has decided to visit the mausoleum of King Deshret.
I see that after all this time, El Akhmar's menagerie of ministers remain as vile as ever.
It's a pleasure, Dendro Dragon. Had you arrived but a little sooner, you might have attended a meeting of the Seven Pillars.
You are not the first insects I have had—
What did you do with—
I cast them away. Boer, this is where we shall part ways.
Then I wish you peace as you return to your dwelling place.
It matters not to me. Simply refrain from bothering me again.
A force to be reckoned with. At times like this, I feel glad that she has no interest in any—
Hold on, just hold on, okay? We're almost there. We made it. Huh? Wait, that voice! It's— Uh-oh, I'm gonna fall! Well, that's a relief. A pair of safe hands indeed.
The Dendro Archon's familiars. They are the last—
Huh? Wait, obviously I was worried about the Dendro Archon. I've been supporting them with my Pari powers the whole way here. Oh, they seem pretty nervous. Is it because there are too many people around? Not just people. It's all these non-human beings, too.
I can't believe you made such a long and dangerous journey just for my sake. I appreciate your support so much. I'll have to ask everyone to wait while I help our new arrival settle in. Once I'm done, I'll gather everyone to discuss our next traveler, Paimon. Shall we find a place for—
Awesome! Let's go!
Well, first I have some questions. Okay, I think that covers everything. Thank you. We can get—
देख देख इसको देख मून गोडेस है समझ रहा मून गोडेस जमीन पे पैर नहीं टिकते इसके मेरा फोन भर गया था तो मैंने इसमें डाउनलोड किया 36 GB का गेम है फोन में ओए तू जब मेरे को एडवाइस दे रहा था तो ढंग से नहीं दे सका तो तू बोल रहा था 128 नहीं 256 GB ले तो तू अपने प्रीवियस एक्सपीरियंस शेयर नहीं कर सका कि इसकी हाँ तो एक बार बोला था तूने मैंने कहा कि ठीक है नहीं इतना स्पेस चाहिए मैं ज्यादा फोटोज नहीं रखता क्योंकि मैं नॉर्मली ऐसे ड्राइव पे डाल देता हूँ या डिलीट कर देता हूँ लेकिन तुझे ये तो बताना था कि ये 2-4 हजार फोटोज ज्यादा नहीं रख पाएगा ये कब बताने वाला था लाउड और इसमें और फिर इसमें कुछ एक्सटर्नल लगता भी नहीं है मतलब तू कनेक्ट करके रख मतलब मेमोरी कार्ड टाइप का
I suppose everyone is gathered here because
10,000 क्या 4-5 हजार लग रहे थे हाँ लग 3-4 हजार लग रहे थे नहीं 3-4 हजार अभी होता उस समय ना 54 का राउंड था वरना वो आ रहा था 50 आ रहा था ठीक है हाँ
I can't thank you. I can help too.
4,000 ले 70 GB का ठीक है
Up to no.
क्लाउड स्पेस खरीदे ठीक है सॉरी 75 रुपए का क्लाउड स्पेस खरीदेगा हाँ जो तेरे को 100 GB देगा पर मंथ ओके ठीक है तो अपनी सारी फोटोज उधर बैक मतलब सारी फोटो उधर ही डाल
That definitely sounds suspicious. Traveler, Paimon, I have other work to attend to here that needs to take priority. Could I trouble you to investigate the situation Arabalika spoke of? No problem. Leave it to us. Thank you.
एक होता है फोन का स्पेस और एक होता है अपलोड करने वाला स्पेस तो अपलोड करना पड़ेगा डाउनलोड करना पड़ेगा ना जब भी मुझे चाहिए होगा नहीं करेगा फोन में डाउनलोड कर जाएगा वो क्यों वो तो थंबनेल में दिखेगा जैसे तू क्लिक करेगा मतलब नेट से कनेक्टेड होगा हमेशा नेट चाहिए होगा ना वरना ऑफलाइन नहीं खोल सकता ना फोटोज को मैं गूगल ड्राइव की तरह हो गया ना वो उसकी तरह फोटोज की तरह
There's nothing to fear. No one here will hurt you. But if you do feel afraid, don't worry. Very well.
वो तो यहाँ दे रहा हूँ मैं ऐसे अगर घर छोड़ के आता है इस फोन को तो इनको डिलीट करना भी नहीं आता वो बस खींचते रहते हैं वो तो नहीं अगर देता यही तो ये देने वाला था ना वो तो किसी ने लिया ही नहीं हाँ एक्चुअली ये 36 GB और ये 8 GB का जो पड़ा है PUBG अभी और 50 GB तो इनके ही हो गया वो भी नहीं मिलता ओके गॉट इट वन TB वाला ले ले प्रोमैक्स
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
प्रोमैक्स 1 TB ले ले
You're back.
1 TB
Are you recovering?
I'm doing very well.
ले लेना
I see.
मजा आ जाएगा वो भी वो वाला केसरिया कलर वाला सबसे महंगा
Boot the Akasha and gain access
क्या
to
सबसे महंगा है वो
It's a
बाकी सब
sin
में से
I regret to be the bearer
बाकी जो
of
ग्रे और
bad
ब्लैक है
news,
वो इतने महंगे नहीं है
but with
Alas. And what about non-trad?
Are you saying?
Desperate times call.
आईफोन का कलर भी हर बार सेम रहता है क्या ब्लैक और ग्रे तो हर बार ही आता है लेकिन इसके अलावा भी 1-2 कलर एक्स्ट्रा आते हैं कभी चेंज होते रहते हैं जैसे कभी पिंक आता है मतलब वो लेवेंडर टाइप का और कौन सा आता है ब्लू भी आता है वो तो कभी कभी आता है जैसे इस बार कॉस्मिक आया कॉस्मिक ऑरेंज और क्या बोलते हैं सैफरॉन
The
और
Aranara
क्या
have
बोलते
good
हैं
intuition when it
और
comes to people.
सैफरॉन तो
Miss
मोदी जी के
Nefer,
मुंह से सुना था मैंने
as a
सैफरॉन
professional intelligence,
Not one that I'm...
let's say I'll treat...
I like the sound.
Given that you rarely...
I take it you've read the
अरे
files on everyone in the area?
Yes.
Any initial suspects?
Limiting the scopes, the Aranara...
Everyone is heading...
There's no way it was... We need to smoke him out.
Sounds like you...
So far, we...
Then let's get...
And you're certain...
I'm certain. Sino, stay out of sight and...
Understood.
Excellent. Darker skin, scars, frequent... Nothing unusual about how he dresses or acts. What's that he's looking at? A coin. Interesting. Could that be how his contact paid him? Conveniently discreet for someone trying to hide any unexplained income. And yet it could be highly valuable. Sorry to bother you. Has everyone here already left? I don't suppose you happen to see a lady wearing a hat?
Ma'am? What are you doing in Caravan Rebat all by yourself? The main group evacuated some time ago. Didn't you pass them on the road?
My friend and I lost some of our cargo along the way. I didn't want to miss out on potential business, so I told her to go on ahead and meet the client while I retraced our steps. I didn't think it would be so late by the time I found it. And then there was a terrible sandstorm. I guess I must have taken a wrong turn, because I didn't see any large groups on my way here.
Forgive me for asking, but just to be on the safe side, could you describe this friend of yours?
Sure. She has blonde hair, and she was wearing a hat and a white dress. You'd definitely know if you'd seen her.
Yes, I think that does ring a bell. Ah, my apologies. During this exceptional time, the Corps of 30 are under orders to be extra cautious when dealing with unknown people, whoever they might be.
I understand. Well, sir, is there anything else you need to know? If not, I'd better try and catch up with them.
Hey, wait! They left a good while ago now. You'll never catch up with them on your own. Why don't I give you a ride? I'm here to collect the last few people anyway. We have plenty of carts, so one more won't be a problem.
That would be amazing. Traveling with a group will be much safer. I'll have to pay you for your trouble.
Hey, let's not worry about the money for now. Wait here a moment. Once I'm done packing up, I'll take you to join the rest of the group.
All right, thanks. Let me know if you need a hand carrying anything.
No need for that. I'm strong enough for both of us.
Okay. Well, I wish there was some way I could repay you. Guess it's my lucky day, running into someone who knows what they're doing here. You might have just saved my life, you know?
You're not wrong there. I mean, what kind of cargo is so important that it's worth risking your life to get back? I hope for your sake that it's priceless.
Actually, I suppose I can tell you, since you've been such a big help. But be sure to keep it to yourself, or we could both be in big trouble.
Oh, really? Sounds mysterious.
We're in the antiques business. You understand? Some of our goods aren't acquired through the most legitimate means. We have to be very discreet when we're selling them. That's why I had to go looking for the missing cargo alone.
Ah, no wonder. Well, ma'am, in that case, it turns out that maybe there is something you could do for me.
I'm all ears. But to be clear, our commission isn't cheap. Think carefully before you ask. We don't want to ruin our relationship before we even hit the road.
I'm sure that won't be a problem. My issue is, I have something that's a little difficult to sell on as well. Take a look at this.
Pure gold. That's quite something. How'd you come across it? Dig it out of some ancient tomb?
If you look hard enough, there are many treasures to be found in the mausoleum of King Deshret.
It has no distinct Snezhnayan markings. That'll be why he's going with that story. And he clearly doesn't want to arouse suspicion, so he's on the lookout for an opportunity to make a quiet trade. Surely you have an existing business partner. Won't they take it off your hands? I hope I won't be attracting the wrath of my competitors by helping you sell this.
The shop I used to work with is having cash flow issues at the moment after losing some money. I'm under enough pressure as it is without having to deal with them. On the off chance anything went wrong, I'd never get my money back.
I understand. Gold is the last thing that traders with cash flow problems want to see. Well, in that case, I think we can work something out.
As it happens, I'm just about done packing. Shall we make a move?
Sure. Let's walk and talk.
This evacuation was a huge operation. They needed a few people to stay behind and tie up loose ends. And I ended up being one of them. You're lucky you ran into us in time.
I certainly am. I don't know how this happened. One thing led to another, and look how it ended up. I just hope our client doesn't get spooked and cancel their order.
Fingers crossed. But either way, life goes on, and
Hands where I can see them.
General Mahamatra! No, wait! What are you doing?
This is the coin? Good. Sadly, you won't have the chance to spend it.
Nicely done. Looks like Sumeru's Matra are a well-oiled machine nowadays.
Unmarked gold coins are quite difficult to trace. Thanks to you, we have secured the effort. Here's what's gonna... Southeast from here.
Great work.
Hers are quickly... Looks like it's over...
Because I'm quickest on my...
Because you know how to trail a target. Plus, it'll be easier to monitor their activity from the air.
Fine. I'll be quick.
One more thing.
Got it. Will do.
Are you?
Gee, I don't know.
Okay.
Really?
Paimon? Well, Paimon, besides!
Fine. Join me if you want.
No need!
Good. Then what are we waiting for?
Ah! Coming! Coming!
The wind rises. Search forth. Squall Fury. We're here. Now we wait.
Okay, yeah.
What's on your...
Huh? Oh.
I thought all you cared about besides being a guide.
What's that?
But never on your... Just saying.
Hat guy?
What?
When we were in Notgrot, Paimon doesn't get like this, and the more Paimon thought about
You asked the right...
Oh,
I'm not gonna try and encourage. You have to make the decision to move forward. Otherwise, so ask yourself, what do you want? Something's not... Paimon, is it just me?
Should Paimon take a...
We'll give it another...
Okay. How strange. What is it? Did you think of something?
Something feels... We know for sure. That's the problem.
Even though this isn't a formal meeting, I'd still like to start.
Shesibank, as for him...
There have been time has taken...
I must say, you appear...
Oh no! Don't worry, Paimon. It worked. The issue is Sumeru has undergone tremendous change. I too have...
Then what do you suggest?
We take all the... Sumeru is...
Though Al-Ahma... Not to mention... Now then, let
the brightest minds...
Correct. Irminsul has existed after the Heavenly... Since then, as the Dendro Art to that test, I made sure to I still believe by entering
I see what you mean.
That's right.
Please. Defense is never...
After
I'm sure you feel...
But the people of
And this is...
Yes. All I managed, the scholars, unfortunate, to rise to to reclaim
Human wisdom.
Together?
By the way...
Well...
Master Tainari!
Is this... How did this happen? Luckily.
What in the world was...
Oh my.
Not...
Please continue, Dendro Archon.
Irminsul's root system is what comprises the ley lines. In the past, it has always been hidden away, going unseen by the general populace. But now, an evil intruder is making it reveal. It has become a tree of unbridled greed. A clear sign that a deranged experiment has advanced to a new state.
Blasphemy. But, if we are to...
The birth of this tree proves to me beyond doubt that this... But to explain the situation...